She did everything to raise her only son, walked, cried, and prayed just to see him succeed. But when success came, he forgot the woman who gave him everything. In a small village called Nobi, there lived a widow named Mama Caleb. Life had beaten her in every way, but she still smiled and thanked God each morning. Her only joy in this world was her son, Caleb. Her husband had died when Caleb was just 6 years old. Mama Caleb did everything to raise Caleb alone. She sold palm oil, washed people's clothes, even carried loads at the market just to send him to school. Her hands were rough from work, her eyes tired from crying, but her heart was strong. Now Caleb was 20 years old. He has grown into a young handsome man. Every night Mama Grace prayed, "God, please help my son. Let him become somebody in life. But don't let him forget where he came from." When Caleb got admission into university, Mama Caleb sold her last piece of land to pay his school fees. "Caleb, my son, please always remember to call me, and focus on your education," she said to him. "Yes, Mama, you are my life. I will call you every day, not a day will go by," Caleb said. With excitement, she told her neighbors, "My son will make me proud one day." And truly, Caleb did well. He graduated with good results and got a job in Lagos. Mama Caleb danced that day until her legs hurt. "My son has made it," she said. At first, things were good. Caleb called every week. He sent her money sometimes, told her he would soon come for her. Mama Caleb waited. But as time passed, the call stopped. Caleb got promoted at work, started making money, and moved to a big apartment. He began to spend money like water. Went to clubs at weekends. Carrying different girls, drinking and smoking. When his mother called, he ignored it. Later, he blocked her number. He said to himself, "I don't want this woman disturbing me every day with prayers." In the village, Mama Caleb's suffering worsened. She borrowed food from neighbors. Sometimes she went 2 days without eating. She would sit outside at night, looking at the road, hoping maybe her son would come home. But still yet he became worse. In the city, neighbors tried reaching out to him, "Caleb, your mother is not doing well. Please come home." "And so what? Please, I beg you, people should leave me alone," he would say. Each time her phone rang, she jumped up thinking it was Caleb. But it was never him. Some nights she cried till her eyes were red. She would hold her wrapper tight and whisper, "Caleb, my son, I carried you on this back. I gave you everything. Even if you forget me, I won't curse you. I will bless you." Some neighbors pitied her. Some mocked her. "Your son has made money and forgotten you," they said. But she always replied, "He will remember. I believe God." Days passed, weeks and then years. Still no word from Caleb. Mama Caleb heart shattered. "God in heaven, have mercy on me, let my son remember me," she cried bitterly. One day, she fell very sick. No money for hospital. A kind neighbor helped her to the clinic, but she was too weak. She knew her time was close. That evening, she sat by her small lamp, picked up her old phone, and pressed record. Her voice shook, but she spoke slowly. "Caleb, my son, if you ever hear this, I want you to know your mother loves you. I prayed for you every day. Even when I was hungry, I thanked God for your life. Don't let the world take your soul. Remember the woman who prayed you into this life. I forgive you. I bless you. May God never leave you, even if I can't be there for you." She saved the message and placed the phone beside her bed. That night, she whispered her last prayer, "God, please bring my son back to you." Then she slept and never woke up. 3 months passed before the news reached Caleb. Someone from the village sent him a message. He just replied, "Oh really? I'll send money for the burial." He didn't go home. He said he was busy. But years later, everything changed. His company ran into trouble. Money disappeared. Friends left. The girls who used to follow him stopped picking his calls. The landlord kicked him out. One day, as he was packing what was left of his things, he found an old box. Inside was his mother's wrapper, her small Bible, and that old phone. The screen was cracked, but when he pressed the power button, it came on. One voice note was saved, "For my son." He pressed play. The room went quiet. Then he heard her voice, weak, slow, full of love. When it ended, Caleb broke down in tears. He cried like a baby. For hours, he couldn't move. That night, he knelt down for the first time in years and said, "God, forgive me. Mama, I'm sorry." He slept on the floor holding his mother's Bible, his heart full of pain and regret. That night, after hearing his mother's voice, Caleb couldn't sleep. Her words kept ringing in his ears, "Even if you forget me, I will not curse you, I will bless you." Tears soaked his pillow. He saw pictures in his mind, his mother carrying firewood, her hands shaking as she counted small coins, her smile when he first went to school. He covered his face and cried, "God, I failed her." The next morning, he packed a few things he had left and took a bus to the village. He hadn't been there in 7 years. When he arrived, people couldn't believe their eyes. The same Caleb who used to wear fine suits now looked tired and broken. Children ran to call their parents, whispering, "Mama Gracie's son has come home." He went straight to the small mud house where he grew up. The roof was leaking, the walls cracked, and everything inside was covered with dust. On the old table, he saw his mother's glasses and her torn Bible. He sat down and cried again. A neighbor, Mama Ijoma, came in quietly. Her eyes were wet too. She said softly, "El Caleb, your mother waited for you. Every day she sat outside, saying you will come. Even when she was hungry, she prayed for you." He asked in a shaking voice, "Where is she buried?" They took him behind the small church by the stream. The grave was simple, just a wooden cross with her name written with paint. Mama Grace, a woman of faith. Caleb knelt down beside the grave. His hands trembled as he touched the soil. "Mama," he said, "I didn't even say goodbye. You begged me, but I was blind. Forgive me." The wind blew gently, and it was like he could hear her voice again, whispering, "I forgive you, my son." He stayed there till evening, praying and crying. That night, he slept beside the grave with her wrapper covering him. The next morning, he went to the village pastor. He said, "Sir, I want to give my life to Christ. I lost everything, but I want to start again." The pastor prayed for him, and that day, Caleb began a new journey. He started helping in the church, cleaning, sweeping, and teaching children in Sunday school. The people in the village were shocked. Some laughed, some pitied him, but he didn't care. He sold his last wristwatch and used the money to fix the leaking roof of the church. He told the pastor, "This is for my mother. She always prayed here." Months passed. Peace slowly returned to his heart. He no longer had plenty of money, but he had something he never felt before, rest. One evening, after a youth program in the village, a young man walked up to him and said, "Brother Caleb, I used to live in Lagos. I work with a company that helps small farmers sell their products. We need someone honest to join our team." That was how God opened a new door for him. He started working again, but this time with humility. Every month, he sent money to help other widows in the village. He said, "If I couldn't care for my own mother, I will not fail another woman who suffers like her." Years later, his life turned around. He built a small house in the village, not a mansion, but peaceful. On the front wall, he wrote, "For Mama Grace, the woman whose prayers saved me." Every morning, he would kneel by her grave and pray, "Thank you, Mama. Your last prayer gave me life again." And that was how the lost son found grace, not through money or fame, but through a mother's unending love and prayer. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment and share for more interesting African tale stories.